Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Put All of Your Ducks in a Row with Marketing Automation. My name is James Markey. I'm the head of design here at LKCS. Before we get started, I have a couple of announcements. The lines have been muted. If you have a question, please use the Ask Question option in the GoToWebinar toolbar. And the webinar is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel later today or tomorrow, and you will receive a link to the webinar. For those of you not familiar with us, LKCS was founded on the core values of providing the best service, high quality, fast turnaround, and fair pricing. We continue to stand by these values today as we evolve our marketing, digital, print, mail, and statement services to fit the needs of our customers. Okay, let's get started. Today's topics are: what is marketing automation? Why use marketing automation? The data problem, what you can do with marketing automation, how marketing automation can be used, and how you can get started. While discussing these topics, I will be incorporating some real-world examples to show how marketing automation can successfully be used for banks and credit unions. So what is marketing automation? Marketing automation is the use of software and technology to automate repetitive manual marketing activities. Things like email, text messaging, lead and conversion tracking, and systematic follow-up. You might be thinking, what's the difference between email marketing and marketing automation? Let's take a look at this chart. Email marketing can do some of the things marketing automation can, like email delivery, list management, and using a variety of email templates. But that's about where the similarities end. You can utilize some segmentation, personalization, reporting, and drip campaigns with email marketing. But the main difference between email marketing and marketing automation is the automation capabilities. The ability to automatically trigger personalized communications, alerts, and other activities based on a contact's actions and behaviors. And there are some other key differences too, like CRM integration. Having the ability to track and record every interaction, know what products and services customers or members are using, and being able to act on that information is a huge benefit. Event tracking, being able to track page visits, form submissions, videos watched, and being able to follow up automatically can significantly increase leads. Alerts and notifications. Alerting staff at the precise time someone is highly interested in a product or service or highly engaged with content can be the difference in them enrolling in that new service or looking elsewhere for a similar service. And lead scoring. Tracking your customers and members' interest in products and services gives you a great idea of the content they need to see and when they need to see it. Lead scoring can track changes in product and service interests. There are some other notable differences too. Like branching automations, you can take users down the path that makes the most sense for them. You can segment within automations, so you can make sure users see relevant content within automations. Automation is triggered by a variety of contact behavior. With most automation platforms, triggers are usually limited to a few basic events. With our platform and the amount of data stored in it, you can trigger an automation from just about any data point. Testing automations against each other, this lets you determine which automations are the most successful. automations that trigger other automations. You can build out automations so that if users reach a certain point, it can trigger other automations and continue to nurture them. Automations that help coordinate internal processes. Let internal contacts know when they should reach out to account holders. This could be for paperwork needed, interest in a product or service, or any other need. There are other no-code technologies that integrate with our marketing automation platform to make it even easier to collect, sync, and share data. FormStack, for example, allows you to easily create online forms and collect data and learn more about your contacts. Unbounce helps you create custom landing pages with integrated forms as well as pop-ups on your website. And Zapier helps pass data back and forth between systems as well as add and edit data in the CRM. There are some other options too, like Automate.io, Integromat, Airtable, RightMessage, Slack, Calendly, Bonjoro, and Zendesk. To sum it up, marketing automation lets you automate the repetitive to focus on the impactful. So why should you use marketing automation? The first reason you should be using marketing automation is to save you time. This is most likely what everyone hears about marketing automation, and it's true. It can save you many hours over the course of a year and make it so much easier targeting the right prospects to win their attention with messaging that matches their needs. That brings us to our first example. Managing a basic series of onboarding emails is difficult. Moving contacts to the next message, making sure they don't repeat, and making sure they get all the emails is difficult. And if you do all that perfectly, are the messages you're sending relevant to the audience? With marketing automation, you can create more than a basic onboarding series. You can create a series based on age, location, income, home ownership, member or customer type, or any other data point you collect. Then let marketing automation handle sending the message at the right time to the right person. Let's take a closer look at what this automation could look like based on age. For this example, to keep it simple, I have removed any wait steps. Without wait steps, all these emails would be sent at once. So we can see the trigger for this automation is contact subscribes to a new list. So we have a new account holder. Then we check to make sure they are 18 to 25. If they are not 18 to 25, we end the automation for them. If they are 18 to 25, we can begin sending them our onboarding emails. We send 2 general onboarding emails to get them familiar with us. Then we start to send emails based on products and services. We check to see if they have a checking account. If they do have a checking account, they skip those messages and go on to the next step. If they don't, we send them 2 emails showing them the benefits of opening a checking account. After those emails are sent, we can check to see if their checking account status has changed to yes. If it has, they can be added to the checking account automation, which could talk about additional benefits of having a checking account. Then we can send them to the next step in the automation. We can check to see if they have a credit card, and then we can repeat the process. We can continue to send them emails that encourage to apply for a credit card, and then check to see if they have applied. If they have, we can send them an automation based on credit cards if we've built one of those out. We can build this out as large as we want. The idea is to start with smaller products and services, getting new account holders familiar with each of them, and then gradually building up to something more profitable, like auto or home loans. The next reason marketing automation is a valuable tool is it can help you improve engagement. You can only truly improve engagement when you collect customer and member data and use it to your advantage. Once you begin to understand behavior, interests, and needs, then you can begin to interact with your customers and members on a more personal level. You can increase leads, grow product and service usage, and increase customer and member satisfaction. The days of sending every email to every contact are gone. Content needs to be tailored to each person. In this example, let's look at sending the right message at the right time. Let's say parents come in to open an account for their child. The member or customer service rep creates the new account for the child, updates the guardian data. Then with marketing automation being used, the parents could automatically get added to a series of emails. Let's take a closer look at this one too. You can see we target only when the number of dependents change from 0 to 1. We can assume that anyone with one or more dependents has been targeted before. But you could also set up other automations that target contacts that have one or more dependents. So first, we send the parents a congratulations email for starting their child off in the right direction to financial freedom. Then we begin sending emails about other products and services that could build on that financial freedom, like education RIAs. We can send them a couple of emails to build their awareness, and then we can start asking them to schedule a meeting with our financial planning team. We can continue to nurture them and add in other communications. And then once the meeting is scheduled, we can end the automation. You can see here, once the meeting is complete, we can automatically trigger a follow-up series. The first step in that automation could be to check to see if the account holder has started using your financial planning services. Depending on that condition, they could go down two very different paths. One path could start the nurturing process again. The other could ask them to rate how the meeting went and if they have any questions or concerns regarding the financial planning services they are now using. The last reason everyone should be using marketing automation is to measure interest and intent by scoring and tracking all user activity. Some of the things we can track are email opens and clicks, email forwards, web page visits, form and calculator submissions, video views, app or PDF downloads, social shares, and live chat. We can assign different values to each activity. These values continue to build as the visitor interacts with your website, emails, and other messaging. We can then begin to target users based on their interest, creating more leads, and sending them content that is relevant to them at that moment can increase conversions. In our next example, let's say you send an auto loan email to a group of contacts that are close to paying off their current auto loan. We can assign a score to users that click the link in that email. Then, over the course of the next month, they visit your auto loan page 2 to 5 times, for which you have a score assigned. Each time increasing their score and indicating that they are interested in an auto loan. Then they can automatically be added into an auto loan email automation and begin showing them relevant content and messaging based on that interest, eventually driving them to an online loan application. But what about members and customers that are interested in an auto loan or any other important service, and you're not aware of their interest? How do you determine who those people are? That brings us to our next example, targeting contacts based on behavior. Lead scoring will capture those members and customers by finding the users that visit related pages, like an auto loan page, a rate page, or a payment calculator page. These page visits can be tracked within a specified time frame. Once a lead hits a certain number of points, there's a variety of things that can happen. We can notify someone internally to contact the member or customer, adding that personal touch. We can add a deal to a pipeline within the CRM and record a history of follow-up actions leading to a negative or positive outcome. We can enter them into an automated series of emails and SMS text messages targeting them on Facebook You can easily create pipelines and track customer journey based on products and services or broken down by department. Let's take a closer look at how something like this can be set up. We can set up scoring for each of our major touch points that we want to track. Things like clicking links in an email, visiting specific pages, opening emails. The more important the action, the more points we can give that action. For example, someone visiting a calculator page is a significant action, so we give that 20 points. Now let's look at our auto loan pipeline. We have some different stages to indicate the interest level of each contact. You can build out as many pipelines as you want for all your products and services. In this example, you can see our first stage is interest, then actively researching, next ready to close, then closed, and finally not responsive. Using automation, contacts will be added and moved from stage to stage automatically. We can also move contacts manually if needed. Let's look at the automation that would do that work. Using lead score as a trigger, this automation is watching for the auto loan interest score to get above 35. Once the score meets the conditions, the contact is added to the interest stage of our pipeline and sent the first email. We wait for 3 days, then send the second email, and again, wait for 3 days, giving them time to interact with these emails. One of these emails could even contain a link to a page with the calculator that would help us capture how much that person intends to borrow. We then check to see if they opened either of the 2 emails. If they haven't, we can target those people differently. Maybe we can add them to a custom Facebook audience, send them site messages, or send them emails with different content related to auto loans, or even have longer wait times between emails. If they open the emails, this is a strong indication that they are interested in an auto loan, so they're moved to the actively researching stage of the pipeline and sent the third email. This email would contain specific links to pages that if they clicked would drive up their score. We wait 3 days again, then we check to see if their score has increased. If it hasn't, we move them to the not responsive section of the pipeline and notify loan officers to personally contact this person. We give the loan department 1 week to contact this person and find out if they're still interested in an auto loan. If the contact is still interested in an auto loan, the loan officer will manually move the contact back to the ready to close section of the pipeline. At the end of the wait time, we check to see if they have a status of ready to close. If they do, they move back to the main automation and carry on. If they do not have that status, we leave them alone and the automation will end for them. If their score has increased, they continue down the automation, moving to the ready to close stage. We notify an internal contact, letting them know someone is close to closing an auto loan. We send them the final email, driving them to the loan application. We then wait for a week to check the contact record for the tag applied for an auto loan, which we automatically apply once they have applied for an auto loan. If they have that tag, we can move them to the closed section of the pipeline and drop them into an auto loan advocate automation. If they don't have that tag, we could develop scenarios that continue to nurture them until they do apply for that auto loan. Now let's talk about the data problem. Bad data is an issue almost everyone has. Marketing automation relies on up-to-date and accurate data. Using outdated data can make your members and customers feel like you don't know them. It can result in them receiving a marketing campaign with the wrong name or no name. It might also cause you to promote a product or service that doesn't fit their lifestyle or interest them. Unfortunately, the solution to the bad data problem does not have an easy button. Cleaning up that data involves checking and double checking that everything is correct. First and last name fields should be populated with names, not initials. Ensure names are spelled correctly. All data you have about customers and members should be verified. Once one database is updated, apply all those updates to other databases to keep them in sync. During this process, identifying which phone numbers are mobile numbers versus landlines is crucial and something that we can help with. Being able to send a text message to customers and members is beneficial to both parties. 98% of text messages are read and 90% are opened within 3 minutes. Once you've spent the time to get all your data up to date, the last thing you want to happen is to stop updating that data. Regularly ask your customers and members to check their contact information and other data, either through email or in person when they stop in. Asking online and mobile users to do this twice annually is a great starting point. People tend to use the same email address for a while, but 35 million phone numbers are disconnected and reassigned annually. When data is updated, ensure that all systems are updated. I'm sure most of you have probably heard the term 360-degree view, talking in terms of knowing and understanding your customers and members. The idea is bringing together all customer information online and offline in one place across all platforms. This means bringing together details on conversation, behavior, activity, transactions, and product and service relationships. Is it possible? Yes. Is it realistic? Maybe. But the main thing to understand is it's not about how much data you have, it's how well you use that data that matters. So what can you do with marketing automation? With our no-code marketing technology, marketers can now do things that they previously had to rely on software developers to implement. Create landing pages with our easy-to-use drag and drop editor. Quickly create landing pages that are designed for a specific type of visitor with a specific goal. Incorporate forms, chat, and automation to capture leads on these pages. Easily add countdown clocks to create a sense of urgency, video to create highly engaging content, and calls to action so users can quickly take the next step. Custom pages are essential in driving conversions. Landing pages typically remove all other noise from a page and focus in on one specific goal. For example, if your financial institution tracks parents, their dependents, and the age of their dependents, you can set up automation to trigger a series of emails to parents when a dependent is 18 years old. The series of emails could ask about the dependent's future. The emails drive them to a custom landing page, with the goal of the landing page is to determine through the use of a form if the dependent is thinking about going to college. Once you know if they plan on going to college or trade school, you can begin to show them content and loan offers. You can also show them other relevant financial information based on their decision. If they're undecided, perhaps you've written some content on the benefits of going to school or enrolling in a trade school that you can send them. Next, you can create, customize, and deploy forms on your website in minutes. Collect data that can help you segment your audience into interest, demographics, products and services used, or hobbies. Once we have this data, we can begin to add people to a series of segmented, relevant, and automated touchpoints. Creating forms with only a few fields and collecting a small amount of data each time can pay off big time over the course of the account holder's lifetime. Forms are a key element to learn about your account holders, their needs, and what information they want to see. You could add a form to your individual retirement account page that asks visitors how much they are saving for retirement each month. The answer could be something like, not enough, a good amount, I'm not sure, or nothing. Based off the answers to this form, we can create an automation and deliver email messages and show them ads on Facebook that drive them to come to you for retirement planning. We can then add a goal to the automation that shows if they started using these services. Like we mentioned earlier, the days of sending every message to each contact is gone. Emails should be sent to specific audiences. These audiences are segments of your overall contacts, and we can segment contacts based on a wide range of data points. Segmenting can be done based on behavior like page visits, pages not visited, email opens, link clicks. Segments can also be based on tags. We can add a tag to a contact based on behavior, interest, and segments can be based off data stored within the system. Even custom fields. Segmenting your audience and sending them content they want makes them feel like you know them and their financial needs. But we can push the idea of personalized emails even further. Personalize the subject line with the contact's name. You can personalize the sender's name and email address so the email comes from the local branch manager or the member or customer's personal banker. We can swap out specific areas or entire sections of emails based on this same data with dynamic content. For example, we can swap out images based on demographics, using images the user can relate to. We can add entire sections of content based on product or service relationships. All of this is done in one email with multiple versions using the behavior data, tags, and custom data we have stored about each contact. Next, personalize any web page based on information stored in our platform. It doesn't matter how your website is built. Web personalization works with any web product. Personalize text and images so each visitor's experience is personal and relevant to them. Personalized content on web pages is essential to driving conversions and making the visitor feel like you know them and are familiar with their needs. In an active campaign survey, 94% of companies experienced a rise in conversion rates after personalizing their website. And remember, you can do all this without a developer, a third-party integration, or a new website. So continuing with the previous retirement example, if the visitor fills out the form and enters the automation, we can personalize the standard retirement page with content that is relevant to that person. For instance, if they selected a good amount on the form, we could personalize the content on the standard retirement page with something like, we know you understand how important saving for retirement is and that you've got a good handle on it. But if you ever have questions about the best solutions for saving for retirement, feel free to reach out and ask. We're always here to help. Likewise, if they selected nothing on that form, we could personalize the retirement page with text like, saving for retirement can be challenging, but should never be put off. We can help you get started and make sure your money is being invested wisely. So the content is customized based on information the account holder has supplied. We can use website messages to entice customers and members at the exact moment they are the most engaged. Website messages can be highly targeted and personalized. They give you the ability to speak to website visitors on a one-to-one basis. Send website messages based on any information you have about a contact. Let's say we have an auto loan balance field in our data. We can set up an automation that says, when the auto loan balance field is less than $2,000, show our message. We can then target visitors individually. We could say something like, hey, Mike, it looks like you're getting close to paying off your auto loan. Our auto loan rates are 1.99% APR. This might be a good time to take advantage of this rate. Let's talk, with a link to a simple form that lets us know they want to be contacted. In some cases, using someone's first name on a website might seem overly personalized and weird, but since these people use your financial institution, they should be comfortable seeing their name on your website. But you could also test website messages both with and without names to see which perform better. You can target Facebook users with ads that are relevant to the activity they've taken on your website. Information in custom fields, email activity, or any other data point you might have. Take e-statements, for example. Getting account holders to use e-statements can benefit both parties. Some people are hesitant to enroll in e-statements. They may visit that page a few times, getting the details they need. During this process, you could target these same people with ads on Facebook. These ads could offer additional benefits that are not included on that main page. The ads could also drive the users back to a custom landing page dedicated solely to getting the users signed up for e-statements. You could even build out a series of automated touch points for users who visit that landing page but don't sign up. With lead scoring, the days of wondering who needs a loan or wondering what products and services members and customers are interested in is gone. Easily track this information with lead scoring, notifying appropriate people when a member or customer has filled out a form. With lead scoring, the contact record is updated each time the visitor visits a high priority page or takes any action you want to track on your website. With lead scoring, you can set up scoring for all your major products and services. Then you can build out automations that target the people that indicated they are interested in these products and services with the actions they've taken. The automation can include follow-up emails, Facebook custom audiences, text messages, personal emails, and website messages. Contacts can easily flow in and out of these automations and pipelines. You can set goals and checks within each automation to ensure the messages are relevant to the audience. Use the built-in CRM. You've got enough on your plate. You don't need to worry about what contact is at what stage of the customer journey. Let the CRM track all this for you. Automate internal processes to create and update deals. Notify internal contacts when they should reach out, or automatically start automation as the contact status changes. Our CRM keeps your processes moving smoothly. Easily view each contact's personal journey or get a quick overview of your entire pipeline. Our CRM can help you get that 360-degree view you've been looking for. Keep a history of all communications for each contact. This includes email, SMS, and chat. Record and look up contact and form submission data and sync it with your core platform. Maintain communication preferences so you know what your contacts want to be contacted about and how. Chat and chatbots, they're here to stay. The pandemic forced banks and credit unions to transition over to digital communications very quickly. Many added chat to their website as an easy way to communicate with their customers and members. As the pandemic subsides, these forms of communication need to stay. Utilizing a chat service that is integrated with a CRM and marketing automation has huge benefits. Create deals in a pipeline based off chat. Trigger automations that follow up automatically with your customers and members. Even add tags to a contact based off a chat. For example, if a visitor chats with you about direct deposit, they get their questions answered, but maybe we have an automated follow-up with direct deposit frequently asked questions. And we can also tag them as being interested in electronic services. Now, each time you launch a new electronic service, you can send an email to that segment of users you know are interested in those types of services, sending the right message to the right contacts. Chat is also a great way to develop relationships with potential new customers and members. Once a chat is initiated, a contact record is created. From that, deals can be created, follow-up emails can be sent, and tags can be added. You can also be available 24/7 with chatbots. Create automated flows to capture information and learn about your customers and members. This can provide a personalized experience even when you are unavailable. All systems in sync. You have member and customer information coming from more than one place. You need to share and update campaign and form data with other systems as it's collected. The best marketing automation platforms are known for their ability to easily integrate with just about any other system. When evaluating a marketing automation platform, look for which systems they integrate natively with. out of the box. Then look for support for automation workflow tools such as Zapier, Integromat, or Automate.io, to name a few. These tools will let you connect to hundreds of others without custom coding. And lastly, if you have access to a developer, learn about the platform's API and how you can leverage that to connect your different systems. You can get data flowing bi-directionally to feed your marketing engine and then report both results and the information gathered from it. How else can marketing automation be used? Cold leads or anonymous visitors browse your website each day. We need to give these visitors content, give them something of value in order for them to give us their email address. Generally, white papers or information on topics like blogs, for example, that interest them can get them to supply their email address. Webinars are also a great way to get people to enter their email address. Other tactics include giveaways, although this method can sometimes result in receiving junk emails. Warm leads or prospects. Once someone subscribes to your email list or fills out a form on your website, they can be considered a prospect with sales potential. What are the next steps? Like we've already discussed, a new subscriber could be added to a series of onboarding messages. If someone signs up that is not an account holder, they can get a series of emails that discuss the benefits of opening an account. People that are members could get a series of emails that discuss the other products and services they may not be aware of. Each message could lead to a form that asks a little bit more about the individual each time, collecting more and more information about them. For example, creating a series of very small 1 or 2 questions forms to be used in conjunction with the onboarding emails can help you understand your customers and members' needs and financial goals very quickly. Doing this will help move these new contacts to automations that are relevant to them and encourage them to utilize other products and services. Just because a contact is a customer or member doesn't mean you should stop getting to know them and their needs. Over time, the data you gather on each individual person should grow and change. You should be able to easily see which products members and customers have, and as their life stages change, see their financial needs change. For example, maybe we can see users that have signed up for online banking but don't use the mobile app. We could develop a series of touch points encouraging the use of the mobile app. Again, these can all involve methods we've talked about so far: emails, custom Facebook audiences, website messages, even forms. Maybe the form asks them about their concerns. What's preventing them from using the mobile app? Then we can trigger emails to the appropriate people at the bank or credit union to personally reach out with solutions to their concerns at the perfect time. The nurturing and relationship building should never stop with customers and members. Continuously building out customer data, segmenting your contacts into relevant groups, and targeting them with messaging that interests them is an ongoing goal. Get these satisfied customers and members to be brand advocates, creating content, rewards programs, or other incentives that reward them for sharing their social network. Get them talking about your financial institution on social media. This could even be done with a series of emails or website messages, but maybe users don't want to publicly share where they bank. Creating a series of emails asking them to refer someone may work better for your customers and members. Regardless of the method, the idea is to keep your financial institution top of mind and to get your members and customers talking about you to people they know. So how can you get started with marketing automation? First, we need to set goals. Then get a baseline of each goal and decide what should increase or be measured. Once we have a clear idea of what should be accomplished, we can get started. We need to think creatively. There's no limit to how marketing automation can be used. The data challenges can be overcome, but we need to get buy-in at the top, explaining the benefits, then push to explore the possibilities. Map out user journeys. Creating maps of how users will interact and see different content will help visualize the process before you begin using it. Using free online tools, a whiteboard, or post-it notes can help discover any issues with the process and let you walk through in detail how the user will consume the content. Slow and steady. Once you have your data in place and journeys mapped, that's when the fun starts. Begin with small ideas that don't involve a lot of different aspects of automation. Start with the basics and keep building on your success. And lastly, develop content. Marketing automation takes a significant amount of engaging content. Asking subject matter experts at your bank or credit union to provide details about their specific department can be beneficial. And that brings us to the end of today's webinar. I'll keep the webinar open for a few more minutes to answer any questions. My contact information is on the screen now. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you for attending and have a great day.